Good day, my name is Barnabas, your data protection pal, and once again, welcome to a fortnight on data protection and cybersecurity. This is episode 44, and my apologies for being absent for a while because Singapore kind of just opened up, and now we can run physical events. So my team and I have been quite busy doing physical events, and we even had a press conference just a few weeks ago, and we were really busy. So my apologies, but I am still going to continue my practice on data protection and privacy. So I picked up some articles as usual, and these are very important ones, and let's go to the first article, and that is about Microsoft Edge. You have seen articles that I posted about Apple using privacy as a form of branding. So now we see, and then after Apple, we saw Google also using privacy as a form of branding. Now we have Microsoft using also privacy as a form of branding in their Edge browser. So looks like privacy is becoming really important, especially beyond the pandemic. And so my question for you, if you're a business owner or you're in a company, what is your organization doing or can do to use privacy as a form of branding to build trust and credibility with your customers and stakeholders? So think about it. So the last thing you want is to be like the next company that I'm going to share with you, and that is this Spanish supermarket chain called Mercadona. I hope I got the pronunciation right this time. Mercadona is a huge supermarket chain, and they will impose a fine of 170,000 euros because after an individual got into some form of accident, this particular individual wanted to get some footage from the supermarket chain so they can use for insurance, but unfortunately, alas, the supermarket couldn't produce the video despite having several video cameras. So with the complaint, this Mercadona was fined 170,000 euros. But I picked this up because this was not the first time Mercadona supermarket was imposed huge fines. The last major fine to this supermarket chain was a whopping 2.5 million euros because they were using, I believe it was using some video camera AI to identify criminals or past criminals or people with criminal records from going to the store. So please, if you are going again to continue business beyond COVID-19, remember to please look into the privacy laws of your country or your city to ensure that you comply with them, because really, as we saw, privacy is going to be really important. So the next article is from Australia all the way to the other side of the continent, the world, where again a huge enforcement, a landmark decision from the Australian Federal Court imposing a fine of 750 Aussie dollars on this company called RI Advice because they had failed to take reasonable steps to ensure the cybersecurity of their company. So if your organization has sensitive data, make sure you take up a good standard on how you manage your data. So of course, I will recommend the ISO 27000 standards and international standards that will be useful to implement in your organization. Of course, in your country, there may be some standards you can follow as well, depending on the cybersecurity laws of the country. So in Singapore, we have a standard called Data Protection Trust Mark. So you could do a search for that, DPTM Singapore. Check it out. There are some standards you can follow. If you want to find out more about the Singapore standard for privacy management, you can ping me. I'll be glad to share a little bit more with you. Next article. So this is a statistic that kind of shocked me a little bit. 9 in 10 companies attacked by ransomware would pay if hit again. This is really alarming. Who would have thought someone would actually do this? But the data was kind of worrying, because you mean companies get hit a second time, or rather they can get hit a second time after being hit before. What have they learned after the first attack? So I actually get very worried, because this is an article that was actually very alarming to me. This article really alarmed me. 9 in 10 companies attacked by ransomware would pay if hit again by ransomware. This is crazy. For that matter, if a company gets hit by ransomware once, have they not learned the lesson to harden their defenses? Well, of course, even with hardening, I do understand that they can be hit again. However, why would they pay? You know, in Singapore, the law does advise the companies not to pay because it's very clear that these cyber threat actors would or may not release data even you pay. They just could want money. Or worse, what if these hackers are from a terrorist group? You could be supporting a terrorist, so please do not pay these hackers for whatever reason. So the best thing you do is please have a good DLP, a data loss prevention plan. I can't say much because easy to say, but I must say very hard to implement depending on the type of business you do. So whatever the case, please take care of your data, please take care of your personal data especially, and do not let these scammers take advantage of you. 2021 behind us, how do we adapt to evolving privacy regulations? Well, even during the course of the pandemic, a lot of countries were taking their time to kind of create their privacy laws or kind of evolve their privacy laws. And of course, even I think countries like Singapore are evolving privacy laws to adapt to the changing environment. And in the changing environment, I'm talking about technology. Today we have AI, we have drones, we have I don't know what else we have, but I'm not a technical person, but I know that technology is going really fast and we really need to catch up. And with the new kind of standard or common thing to work from home, I think we really have to look at how we continue to even work from home and ensure that we still comply with the privacy regulations set by your country and city. So please talk to your local practitioner or advisor on how to comply with the privacy frameworks of your city or country they are in. And this is a very interesting statistic. 137 countries have some form of privacy or consumer protection. That's kind of that's kind of good, right? If you are looking into building a new career in privacy. So, well, I have. So, last article I have for you today is a kind of a tips from Security Boulevard on how to advocate your security compliance and risk management program. So check out this article, and I think it gives a very good step-by-step explanation of what are kind of important that you can use to advocate good practices in your company. So just 5 steps are covered here to understand your procurement process, because third-party risk is really very common. Frame your message to your executive decision makers on how they would to buy, sell, or make certain business strategic decisions. Identify your allies who can help you. It could be external or even internal. 4th, to understand your implementation and timeline for privacy practices in your company. And of course, treat your sales rep as collaborator and allow them to help you. So a lot of companies find that the privacy is just like a silo, a department in the company, but it should really be company-wide. A good culture that everyone looks out for each other. So, well, please remember to do this, because if you are going to continue business beyond COVID-19, privacy becomes a very important topic that we must look at. So, well, my name is Barnabas, your Data Protection Pal. I hope you have this good session today and learn something from this session, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. And meanwhile, if you want to find out more about Data Heist, the first game to educate about data protection and cyber hygiene, please ping me and connect with me. So meanwhile, take care, God bless, and be safe.